Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our review of all the included food on board Celebrity Apex. We'll be taking a look at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and everything else in between. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
As you said, Linz, today we're looking at all of the food that's included in your fare when you go on Celebrity Apex.
Yes.
We're going to be looking at the main dining rooms, the buffet, Eden Cafe, Mass Grill, and more.
Yes.
I'm going to be looking at it from a breakfast point of view, lunch point of view, and dinner.
Ooh.
But we're going to start off with breakfast. Which seems a logical place to start.
Okay, thanks, Julie Andrews.
You're very welcome. We're going to start off in the main dining room. Now, there are 4 main dining rooms on Celebrity Apex, but only Cosmopolitan is open for both lunch and breakfast. The other 3 are not.
Yeah.
It's a very traditional main dining room.
Yeah, no black pudding.
There wasn't any black pudding. I mean, it's obviously Celebrity is an American company, part of the Royal Caribbean Group.
Yeah.
And as such, doesn't have a full English breakfast as such, like you might get on, for instance, P&O.
I wonder if they'll do it when they come over to Southampton.
Maybe. I didn't miss it.
You didn't miss it?
No.
Oh, because you were healthy.
No. Don't be fooled by the fruit that's in front of us right now. That changes in a second. Don't be fooled by the fruit. I might get it on a T-shirt. No, the stuff that you got in there, you had all the continental bits and pieces that you would expect to get, but then a range of sort of made-to-order cooked food.
Yes, Eggs Benedict.
And the Eggs Benedict were cooked perfectly.
This is my attempt at beans on toast.
Well, it's also got bacon, eggs and hash brown with it.
Yeah, I was trying to make beans on toast. How's your eggs?
Perfect.
Okay.
Look at that runniness. I don't get a Linzi spurt, but that's because I didn't put on the pressure that you do when you attack it with a sledgehammer.
I don't do that. What's this we're having now?
Some fajita.
Oh, fajita?
Frittata. Yeah, not a fajita. Frittata.
And this is my French omelette.
It is. The service really good in here. It wasn't ever that busy.
No.
Therefore, it wasn't really rushed either.
No.
So you could just go in, get what you fancied, and go from there.
However,
Ocean View Cafe is the exact opposite of that. So that's the buffet on board. It is a large buffet for the size of the ship.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's great. It's probably one of the best buffets that we've ever been to on a cruise ship.
A traditional buffet where you go serve yourself and they have food options.
Yeah, buffet.
Yes.
The amount of choice that you have in there, in each of the different settings, lunch and dinner included, is just phenomenal. You've got lots of traditional stuff. You've got gluten-free areas as well. But you have stuff that's just on special for that day.
Yes.
And if you miss it that day, it's not there again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It has a bakery in there as well. Yogurt and muesli station. This bakery bit that I was just talking about a second ago, each day had some special bread. So that was a Kringle bread, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I like the banana bread better.
When they have that fresh there.
Oh, my God.
You could pick the banana bread up in Cafe Al Baccio. They're there quite a few times.
But it was warm.
But it was really nice. You have to accept that it's a buffet and therefore it's going to be a little bit busier. But if you get sort of decent weather, you can go sit out back and it's quiet.
Yeah.
Eden Cafe. What's behind the curtain, Linz?
Oh.
Well, in the morning, cinnamon buns.
Yes.
So they make them special there. And they're really tasty.
Yeah, what they do, they had banana bread too.
They do have banana bread as well.
I love banana bread.
Nut bread there.
Now, those weren't frosted enough for me.
Did you want a little bit more on them?
I wanted them crunchier on the outside, gooier on the inside, and more frosting.
You see, I enjoyed them. I thought they were good cinnamon. They were warm.
I guess I'm a fussy froster.
You are. The steak and cheese bagels were very popular. You place an order for them. They give you a little receiver to go walk away with. It buzzes when it's ready. You go back and collect it.
A pager.
A pager. Or receiver. Room service. I put that on here because if you have just the continental breakfast, including the fruit and muffins and sort of Danish pastries, it's included.
We made a mistake, though. We doubled up on the milk.
We did, because we didn't think you'd get any, so we ended up with 2 lots of milk.
I think we ended up with 3 lots of milk.
Did we?
Yeah.
I know it went in first.
There was a lot of milk.
Cafe Al Baccio is perfect if you're going on an excursion.
Yes.
The coffees are not included.
However,
so if you want a coffee,
no.
you do need to go up to the buffet. But all of the sort of Danishes, the croissants, they have a Danish of the day and a cake of the day later on in the evening. You can just grab them, including your banana bread.
Yes, and they do cups to go.
They do, but you have to pay for them. Mm-hmm. The Spa Cafe.
Yes.
This is up near the solarium.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the solarium.
We did. We had breakfast here a couple of times because we had those lovely sun loungers and breakfast was open because it was that early.
It's all healthier stuff that's in here. The juices are not included. So if you want a smoothie, you do pay extra for those, unless you're on the drinks packages.
The premium drinks package.
The premium drinks package. But it's another good alternative. And especially if you're on a longer cruise, you probably don't want to eat a stodgy breakfast every single day.
No.
And if you go to the buffet, temptation's too good.
Yeah, the fruit was delicious. Absolutely loved the fruit. That was a peanut butter and banana bagel, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Well, before going to lunch, would you like to invite people to subscribe, Linz?
Oh, of course. Thank you. Yes, thank you. It would be lovely if you could subscribe. And as always, thank you if you already have done.
And of course, you can follow us along on other social media, including our Facebook group. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, then please consider joining our membership. Click the join button and watch the trailer.
We do little nightcaps, which are more traditional vlogs of what we got up to during the day.
Exclusive for members.
And things usually go wrong.
Pretty much always. Lunchtime, we're going to start off at the Mast Grill.
Yes.
Which is open, I think, until about 6 o'clock. Certainly was on our one. So it opens from about 11:30.
Till 1800 hours.
Till 1800 hours. Well done, Sergeant Lindsay. It has hamburgers, turkey burgers, and hot dogs.
Yes.
And so you get the base element to it, and then you go put on the sauces and everything else, and all the condiments and extra cheese if you want extra cheese.
Yes.
And they do really good fries in there.
They do really good fries.
To the degree that you got the fries a few times, took them into the solarium with mayonnaise.
Where you're supposed to be healthy.
You do. You can also, it's right next to the magic carpet on deck 14, so you can grab a burger in there, and if the magic carpet's on that deck that day, go sit on there.
Yeah.
And have lunch on the magic carpet.
Embarkation day, didn't we?
We did, and it's lovely.
Yeah, we felt...
It's a great spot to better do it.
We felt...
And there's you with said fries in the solarium.
I'm very European.
Eden Cafe.
Yes.
As you can see, people line up there before the curtain's drawn back.
Yeah.
They have their signature offering, which are the pork belly sliders, which we did try. You'll see them in a second. But they also have a daily carving that changes. And over that side there is a salad bar where you get the base salad and then decide what else you want on it.
Yes.
So if you want to turn it into like a Caesar, you can do that. If you want to turn it into something else, you can do that.
Yeah.
The little sliders.
These were Hawaiian sliders.
They were. We weren't blown away with them, mainly because one of them was like pretty much entirely just fat.
I don't think I ate that.
We didn't go back and get any more.
No.
But other people did love them.
Chocolate cake.
But the cakes were great.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want a bit of a sweet tooth. It's very popular for lunch. There's not a lot of seating in there, but you can go seat upstairs or outside on the promenade area.
Yeah.
Cosmopolitan.
This is one of the main dining rooms that serves lunch.
It's the only one that serves lunch.
Yes.
Theoretically, the lunches are smaller portions.
Yeah.
I say that because on the day that we went on this particular one, you said, I'm just going to have a light sandwich for lunchtime, and they served you a doorstop.
Where is the doorstop? This satay was lovely.
Again, it tends not to be that busy in here at lunchtime.
No, I think I maybe should have done 2 appetizers / starters than what I did.
Whereas my little seafood pancake were perfect size.
Look at that! Look at that!
Massive. Fortunately, we weren't eating until late this evening when we had that one, so not a problem. But you still had room for a dessert. But it's a very unrushed experience at lunchtime. You have no problem getting a table. You don't have to book, you just turn up and walk in. Whereas the buffet, if you do want to get a table in there, we're going to come on to that in a second, you do probably want to arrive there about 10 minutes before.
Before it opens officially.
Before it opens. Cause they'll start serving at 12. And as you can see, when we're going in there, nice and quiet.
Yeah.
Cut to 10 minutes later, and it's
very, very busy.
Very busy, and there's hardly any tables. Albeit you can usually get sat at the back if it's nice outside.
Yes. Yeah.
The buffet at lunchtime, like with breakfast, is just a crazy amount of choice.
Loved it.
And everything's just fantastic. I say you get things like paellas on certain occasions. You have a huge amount of fresh fish and carveries. Your nacho station.
Oh my goodness. The Linzi's Latin nacho station. The black pudding was cold though.
Well, yeah.
But you got your shrimp cocktails.
You have. And they're of a quality, those shrimp cocktails, that you normally get in some of the speciality dining on other ships.
Yeah.
These grilled shrimp there, you weren't limited to just one. If you wanted to take
a plate full.
And I did see people take 10 or 20 of them. I just took 3. Then you could do.
Yeah.
You're not limited on there. And of course, there is the pizzeria as well at the back, which you're just having a little nibble on there.
Yeah, that's Nassau, isn't it, where you got seagulled?
It is. I got seagulled about 30 seconds after this filming this bit. That's nothing to do with the buffet, though.
My nachos.
Look at your little nacho plate.
Oh my goodness,
pretty.
they were so good.
But we've give lunchtime 8.5 out of 10.
I think that's chocolate bread and butter pudding there I'm having.
Is, which I think you did enjoy it.
I did.
So do you agree with 8.5 out of 10?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I'm sorry, I was in bread and butter pudding.
You went
mode.
into...
Yeah,
you saw the bread and butter pudding and you're like, that's it, I've switched off.
I was thinking of Sindhu.
Excuse me. Dinner on Apex.
Yes.
You've got all 4 main dining rooms to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the only time of the day where all 4 are open. And we're going to start off with Normandy.
Yes.
This is the French-themed restaurant.
We loved it here, didn't we?
Yeah. Each of the restaurants really do have their own ambience and sort of they have their own music.
On decor.
Yeah, they all feel like very different restaurants. It feels much more Virgin-like with how they approach a main dining room than, say, something like P&O or
Yeah,
Cunard.
I guess so. I mean, the colour scheme of Cosmopolitan was very similar to the Wake.
Yeah.
But Normandy, we loved.
We do. You have exclusives that are in there for that day.
And cocktails.
And cocktails that are just for there. They change, not the cocktails, the exclusive change each day. And then you have some standards, but you also have ones that are available in every restaurant.
Yes.
But people will tend to go into these for whatever the specialities are.
Did I swap cocktails there?
You did. You tasted yours, you tasted mine, you took mine.
Oh, that's not very me.
It's very you.
Oh, I loved that.
You baked brie.
Oh, my goodness, that was delicious.
Normandy was not the one that we expected to be our favourite of the main dining
Not
rooms.
at all.
Well, you expected Cyprus to be, didn't you?
Yes.
And it wasn't. We'll come on to that later on. But Normandy were just fantastic.
Oh,
Every
my
dish that we had in
goodness.
there. I do wish we could have gone in there another 2 or 3 times during the cruise. We just didn't get a chance to do so. But even things like the beef Wellington were just cooked absolutely perfectly.
Was this a chic night for beef?
No.
No.
You're just in normal gear. So it's not a gala night or anything like
No.
that. We just have some great food. And it was a really good curry that you had as well.
I really enjoyed that curry.
Which, again, wasn't what I was expecting before I went into Normandy.
No.
We decided beforehand which ones we thought were going to be our favourite restaurants.
As usual.
Wrong. And again, for the desserts, like with the main courses, you have exclusives that you can only get in this restaurant.
Yes.
Now, I think you saw it in one of them where someone asked for something from one of the other restaurants.
And then they brought it to them in a different restaurant.
Yeah. So one that was available in Cosmopolitan or Cyprus or whatever. They
Probably
brought
Normandy.
it through. Probably Normandy. So it appears they do that. We didn't try it ourselves, but we did firsthand see it and hear it.
Yes.
And
So if you've got a favourite dish that you're like, oh, I really fancy that tonight.
and there's nothing on the menu,
Yes.
then ask. They may well bring it over for you.
Cosmopolitan.
Where we'd been going in for breakfast and lunch, so it was the main dining room that we were most familiar with.
Yes.
Is more of a global themed menu. So the other ones were all regional.
I guess so, yeah.
Whereas this one, you get stuff in from all over the world on it.
Yeah.
And as you can see from sort of the starter stuff there.
It's more a la carte traditional restaurant, rather than having a country theme.
Yeah, which the other
Or
ones
region.
do have that. Again, you got some really nice stuff that are only available in there, and you've got the cocktails as well.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say to people, as much as we love the buffet on the ship as well, and there's people who sometimes don't go to the main dining rooms, if you're going on Apex, go into them, because some of them are near speciality dining level.
I guess.
Certainly Normandy was.
We love Normandy. That looks nice. What's that?
And that started, that was a cauliflower puree with
Lobster.
lobster.
And I've got my
bacon.
snails.
Which was not the first time you'd had snails.
No.
Nor was this the last time that you had them either.
No.
But you do like them.
Yes.
It was strange because in different restaurants they serve them slightly differently.
Now, I had this risotto here because I was doing an experiment. Because when I had the French onion soup in what's it called?
Le Grand Bistro.
Le Grand Bistro.
That was pretty much the same.
As the one in the main dining room.
Yeah.
However, I thought, oh, if that's the case, surely the risotto here is going to be the same as risotto in Eden.
Was it?
No.
Was this better than Eden?
No.
No. Eden's risotto is worth going to Eden for that risotto.
We will cover that in our specialty dining
We will.
video.
So there will be a specialty dining review coming up very shortly.
Yes.
Depending when you're watching this.
That was baked Alaska with Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah, and you enjoyed it.
I did.
Tuscan, which is their Italian themed.
Yeah.
Get lovely decor in there. Not a rush service in this one at all.
No.
And again, specialty cocktails just for this one. So if you've got the drinks package, you really do get to make the use of that.
Yes.
We had the premium drinks package.
Yeah.
So we could try all of them.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we pretty much
We
did.
had a go.
Yeah. I don't think we tried every specialty cocktail in every restaurant, but we had a go.
I wasn't impressed with the bread service.
No, it wasn't that it was bad bread.
No, I'm just
But
not a bread
the bread
bunny.
service wasn't sort of its strongest thing.
No.
Which is strange, because in the buffet,
It was
the bakery
great.
up there's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, look. Escargot
Linzi
again.
and escargot for another time. I think this was the third time you had it on the
Oh,
ship.
my goodness.
But again, you can tell by your face you do like that. My soup was not good.
You didn't enjoy this, did you?
No, it was a seafood bisque, but it was over salted. And my main course,
The
despite
fish.
what it looks like there, the fish had been overcooked and was really dry.
Whereas I loved my pasta.
You did. I made a rookie mistake. So I don't normally go into an Italian and order pasta, but when I do, I love it.
Yeah.
And I had a taste of yours, and it was delicious. I thought, yeah, I should have got that.
Yeah.
If you're going into somewhere like that, then go with it.
Yeah.
The crust on mine just
It
dried
didn't
it
do
out.
it for you.
No, not at all. Whereas, as you said, you absolutely loved it.
So maybe if you're having one of the regional things in the restaurant, that's what you should be looking. I'd say that though, I had the snails every time and it was great. Just ignore me.
Yeah. Again, some speciality bits and pieces in there. I had the dulce de leche ice cream, which was delicious.
I don't know what I'm having. What's that?
Some chocolate with banana thing. People can rewind and have a look what the menu was, and they'll better tell
Try
you
and
what
guess.
you had. But you enjoyed it.
No.
Do you think you should have chosen something else?
That's
in
not my delectable dessert face.
there?
Not at all. It was okay.
You ate it.
Yeah, it served a purpose.
It was dessert. As I say, my little ice cream man were great.
Your ghost ice cream.
Yeah. Cyprus was probably the biggest disappointment we had on board.
Oh my goodness.
We'd watched reviews.
We'd watched so many reviews. Travelling gamblers. Everybody just
Loads of people who'd been in Cyprus and they'd had that cheese dish that you were so looking forward to.
I can't even remember. Something lackey. I can't remember what it was called. I was looking forward to it.
They didn't have it.
They didn't have it.
And it was probably the worst meal that we had. Now, your French onion soup...
Was very, very similar to the French onion soup in, what's it called again?
Grand Bistro.
Grand Bistro, which is a speciality.
I think it was the same, because I did
Very,
try them both.
very similar.
It's possible that the Grand Bistro one had more cheese, although looking as you're trying to pull this, that would seem very unlikely.
I had to have a gooey cheese here.
It is the gooeyest of cheese, but that was delicious. And my shrimp starter was nice as well. There was nothing wrong with that.
No.
But my main course...
Oh, your kofta.
The lamb koftas were so dry.
Yeah.
They were so dry to the degree that when I would try to eat them, they were hard to swallow.
Oh dear,
And
I've
it's
gone
like-
pasta. No, that's not what you want. We built it up in his minds.
Yeah, and it just didn't get to where we are. To the degree we didn't have a dessert in there, we grabbed one at Cafe Al Baccio later
And had
on
it in
and took it to bed. You're taking your spoon up, we've got the TV on, like that, this is what I'm doing up there. In the evening, the Ocean View buffet.
Yes.
Not going to spend a huge amount of time on this because we've already covered it multiple times, but it's awesome.
Love the buffet here.
It does have gluten-free sections. It does have vegetarian and vegan sections. It has the carvery, which also includes a vegetarian carvery section, and just an incredible array of food that changes every single night.
I loved it here.
Well, I've said before, we're not buffet people, but we were more than happy to eat here whenever we'd not made arrangements elsewhere. And things like the cake in an evening. So you see it at breakfast where it's little snacky ones. You see it at lunch where it's different. And in the evening, it just goes insane. But we've given dinner on Apex overall 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, I think that's a fair score, yes.
And then if we look at it, for all of the food combined, it's consistently of a high standard.
Very high, yes.
Yeah, we had a couple of dishes like this one that missed the mark, and my lamb koftas, which were just awful. But that's out of nearly 40 different meals we had on this cruise.
Oh, good grief!
And I'm picking on 2 dishes. So things like the buffet, I genuinely believe, is the best buffet we've ever been to at sea.
I would go to that buffet now.
I'd be quite happy to go to that buffet now because I'm ravenous. I've been editing this before and now doing the voiceover. I'm ready to go to this buffet right this time.
It was so good.
And everything was so well cooked. The shrimp cocktails in there, I said earlier, you'd be happy if you got them in a specialty dining. And you could put as much cocktail sauce as you wanted as well.
Wow.
And overall, we gave it 8.5 out of 10.
Well, I totally agree, darling.
And brings us to the end of the review, Linz.
Well, wow. Cheers, darling.
Cheers, Linz.
Thank you for watching and have a lovely day.